Here's my diamond of the week.
Hey!
This my homegirl Shawanda. Yeah,
Hey,
she got her
Shawanda?
shirt. Yeah, she got her hashtag diamond status. Shawanda's a former client of mine. Yeah, so she's been totally remixed. Okay, she also got the one. She's got two of them. Okay, she's like a double diamond. All right. No matter what, I'm a diamond. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got it in the right window. Yeah. Okay. So anyway. Okay, this topic that I want to. Oh no, I got to do this.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, for the people who like the freebies. All right, get your book, get your Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box, which your father didn't tell you, and your mother didn't know. It is free. Yeah, I know that. I say that every week. Go to the website right here, ChristopherReid.org, and let me see. There you go. All right. So go there, go get the book for free. That's like a down payment on your finding your inner diamond within, right? Okay. So now we got that out of the way. I believe that's it for now. So we'll jump right into this topic. What did you call it? Why he'll marry her instead of you?
Share the broadcast.
Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Yeah, somebody said the person there is making, the dumb comments or whatever. You might have to get your block ministry going.
Oh,
I don't know.
I got it.
Okay.
Why
so
he'll
here's the deal.
marry her?
Okay. This particular topic is very frustrating to a lot of women. Okay. And in this scenario, oftentimes what happens is, and not sometimes it's not necessarily that he married somebody else. It could just be that, y'all broke up and, he ended up, with somebody engaged or whatever the case may be. But it's really like a slap in the face, right? Okay, because the deal is, you say he was with me for months. We were together. He never so much as hinted about marriage. You bring it up. He act like it was the bubonic plague or something like that. And, like he was allergic to the topic. But then 6 months later, he's getting engaged. He seems to be all happy. He's booed up. What happened? Okay. And it's very frustrating because a lot of women feel like there's no rhyme or reason here. Okay. What was the logic? All right. Nothing that I could see. You say I was everything that I could be and knew to be. Okay. Somebody said, can you record this and put this on DVD? Actually, it is recorded and put on DVD. Why he married her instead of you. Go to my website, ChristopherReid.org, and you can get it there. It's 2 videos, and it's more information than you'll ever want. Okay. So, and this is kind of an excerpt from that. So, and this happens, ladies. Let me say this. This happens for various reasons. Okay. Yes, you got to plug. You feel me? So it happens for various reasons. It's not a one size fits all. It's not okay. All men will fall into this one category. Okay. Because just like they're just different types of women, they're different type of men. So, what I want to talk about is, well, let me say this. It will boil down to this one thing, all right? That he was dissatisfied with something in the relationship, all right? I don't think that's rocket science. I mean, and you might have been dissatisfied with something as well as to why it did not work out. But the fact that he ran so quickly, all right, and did something with someone else that he did not want to do with you, okay, that's what we're talking about here and the why of that. So, I'm going to talk about, several different scenarios, and you can see if one of these applies to your situation. Okay. All right. So the first one is, and let me say this ain't all of them. All right. But the first one is, you may have just been too accommodating. Okay. We've talked about this a little bit in the past. Your philosophy is you want to be all things, okay, to him so that you may win his heart over and over and over and over again. Okay. You are like the stereotypical good girl. Okay. Your thing is you comply with his demands no matter how absurd they are. Okay. Now let me say this about you. All right. If you feel like you have lost a relationship, okay, or you've seen a guy go to somebody else, all right, and you couldn't figure out why, all right, he's getting married to somebody else. Well, let me say your deal is your team us, your team we. Okay, your team relationship. So you're doing it with the understanding that, all right, I'm taking one for the team. All right, I'm not doing it so that I can just be this doormat, so that I can be, walked all over. Because I feel at some point it's going to come back on me, right? That ain't necessarily the case. All right, the problem is with that philosophy. What it causes you to do is you will drop everything. Okay, you will drop everything. Okay, at any time, no matter what, to accommodate him. Okay. What do I mean by that? Okay, if he calls you, if he texts you, it doesn't matter. You can have plans. You'll cancel those plans. You can be out with somebody. You be like, ooh, I got to go, And like I said, you're doing this with the understanding that, okay, this is what's good for our relationship. But at the same time, it doesn't reek of you have any kind of identity. Okay, it's like if the two of us are so tied together with what I want is what you want. Okay, where do you come in at? Okay, how do we understand the difference here between me and you? So a guy in this scenario, all right, he gets very, how should I say? There's no challenge and there's no parameters, all right? Because if everything is wide open, because if everything is a possibility, all right, do you really want that? I mean, where is the desire here to want to stay in this situation? So he might not cognitively just say, all right, I get everything I want, so I'm going to leave her and then go to somebody else. All right. But what he does is he just feels like there's something missing. All right. He may not know what it is. So it leads to the demise of the relationship. So then he meets somebody else who actually has an opinion. Okay, who actually may put her foot down in a way that's basically letting him know, okay, that you understand you want to do that, but you need to consider something else. All right, because we as men, we need that feedback. Everything that we say is not really, on the money. All right. And you don't want a robot. Okay. You don't want one to just necessarily take one for the team. All right. Just to go along, just to get along. All right. So that's one scenario. Another one is you might have been the woman that's just too hard. Okay. You might have been way too hard. Okay. We talked about this a little bit in the past. All right. Your philosophy is this. It's your way or the highway. All right. Now, you don't say this. This don't come out your mouth. You don't say it's my way or the highway. But listen, let me tell you something. That is exactly how you act. And that is the vibe that you are giving off. Okay. You are a control freak. Okay. You have to feel like you're on top of everything. You got to, sanction everything. And your thing is like, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it, as long as I sanction it. All right. There again, you won't say that. Those words won't come out of your mouth, but that is the attitude. There's no room for compromise. All right. At least how he views it. All right. So, but you may say, yeah, I compromise, but your version of compromise is this. At times he offers an idea and you be like, that's the best you can come up with. I'm just saying, out of all the things you could say, like that, you know what I mean? So it's like, by the time, you finish, the guy feels so small that, you made him feel like an idiot. So, what level of compromise is there in that? And at the same time, you come across a little on the masculine side. Okay. This has nothing to do with your sexual preference or anything, but it's just the opposite of feminine. Femininity is soft. It's gentle. It's, it's desirable. It's something about it that just makes you want to, you know what I mean? As a man, okay? Let me just say this as a man. It's something desirable about it for you. But you don't want to touch nothing that's like, I don't know. That doesn't have sexy written all over it, okay? So here's another thing. Here's how you can tell when you look too hard, all right? And you'll say things like this to the guy. You'll say, he's not driven. You'll say he's not motivated. You'll say his ideas don't seem to be really well thought out. Okay. These are some of the complaints that you have about him. So let me tell you this. Yeah, somebody's saying Jesus. Now I know I'm talking to somebody. Okay. Don't worry about it. Just look straight ahead. Won't nobody understand that I'm talking to you. Okay. you might as well just pack him up, put him in the car, put a seatbelt on him, okay, driving to her car, kiss him on the forehead, drop him off. Okay, because when you're this way to a guy, especially now, I'm not talking about a guy who's just a straight up jerk. Okay, understand that in these scenarios, we're not talking about that guy at all. Okay, we're talking about a good dude. All right. But when you continually make the guy feel like he's an idiot, all right, at some point, he's going to get fed up with that. And at some point, you're going to get fed up with it because for you, there's not going to be any real challenge. And, you're going to want to move on. But at the same time, that same guy that you thought was an idiot ends up, with somebody else 6 months later, okay, engaged. He's happy. She's happy. All right. She actually thinks that he does have like an intelligent idea in his head. OK, that he can lead. You feel what I'm saying? But, for you, it might not have been that it was the wrong way. It just might have been that it wasn't your way. OK, let's keep on moving. All right. And let me say this, ladies. Let me say this. I love all of you. I do. I really do. I want the best for you. And if any of these scenarios apply to you, okay, just to understand this, the beauty is in being able to learn from your mistakes. All right, to be able to change and do something different. All right. So now the last one is too distant. Okay, you come into the relationship already with 1 foot out of the relationship. Okay, so for you, if there's any signs of any hiccups, if there's any signs of anything possibly going wrong, okay, you ready to, you out the door. Like I said, you got a pair of Nikes, in your Michael Kors bag, just ready to dip. All right. Guys are always telling you this. All right. Telling you things like, you just act like you can take me or leave me. Okay, you act like, like you really don't really care, if we're together, if we're not together. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the mindset of the person who is so distant. Okay, the first sign of trouble, they're ready to run. All right. And if anybody is going to be hurt, it's going to be you because it ain't going to be me. Now, let me tell you something, ladies, about a guy. All right. He does not want to feel like if he's all in and he's giving. All right. I mean, he's really coming to the table with something that you have an attitude like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're an option, because we want to be, what I'm saying? If we really doing what we're supposed to do, we want to be the center. OK, we want to be appreciated. We want to know that we're not in this by ourselves. Right. So if you have this attitude that you're ready to bail at any moment. All right. At some point, he's going to get tired of that. At some point, he's going to say, listen, all right, if you're not in it to win it like I am. All right, then, OK, so be it. And then he moves on. All right. And then he finds somebody that seems to be like, OK, if you've proven to me. All right. Key word. You've proven to me. All right, that you're really in this relationship. Hey, he's proposing because I'm going to tell you something, ladies. And this might be a huge secret to some of you. There are still some great, amazing guys out here today. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, there really are. OK, it may seem like you say, well, I keep running into the deadbeats. All right. A lot of times, ladies, here's the deal. All right. If you, all right, are not necessarily, I guess, how should I say, you're not totally where you need to be yet. It may seem like you keep running into deadbeats, all right? Because there may be something in you that's not totally, exactly matured yet, so to speak, emotionally. Okay, because each one of these scenarios that I mentioned, okay, overly accommodating, okay, too hard, too distant, that is the result of something that's lacking, all right? Now, here's the deal. The beautiful thing about what I share with you tonight, all right, is that now you can change it, all right? Because if you think about it, how do we just as people, go into relationships? We don't take a 4-year course to go into relationships. I mean, you take a 4-year course to go into a particular career. We won't take a 1-year course. So we just kind of go based off what feels good. That seemed to feel all right. And sometimes you be on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th situation, okay, based off what feels good. So what I'm telling you, because most of the time we all have what's called a blind spot. There's an area, that's why we have side, view mirrors on the car so you can kind of see, oh, well, I can't get over into that lane because a car is coming, right? Well, for relationships, it's the same thing. But here's the thing. We don't have those side mirrors in the relationships. We got one big window that we looking out of, and that's all we can see. All right. So for people like myself who do what I do, coaching, we provide that sense of objectivity. We provide that, hey, listen, I understand what you see and where you're going, but here's something right here that you don't even see. This is what's messing you up. Like for those who contact me for, which many of you have, a 30-minute free consultation. That free consultation is a great opportunity for us to identify what is going on with you, what the trouble spots are, okay? Let me tell you what the free consultation is not for: to solve everything that's going on in your life, okay? But what it is designed to do, it is to identify that so that we can make a decision on if moving forward makes sense for you. Meaning, when I say moving forward, to get coaching, to do something like that, to get you in a position where you don't have to keep making these mistakes in your relationships, where you don't have to keep having the scenario of why he married her instead of me, okay? Because I've had so many times where I've gotten that message, okay, from somebody who was very frustrated, okay, because they just heard once again that somebody didn't want to marry them or commit to them in that way, but at the same time married or was willing to marry somebody else, okay? And that seems like a slap in the face, okay? That seems like a serious slap in the face. You feel what I'm saying? So that you don't have to go through that, all right? Let's start making some different decisions. If I said something that identify with you, if you're one of these type of women or you have those characteristics, all right, let's work on changing that so that we don't have to go through this anymore. Because I'm trying to tell you, you could have a great person, you could have a great guy, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you might not be in the position or in the situation where you need to be to appreciate that, to capitalize on that. So he looks at you to say, hey, I was wondering, if you would have me, I would love for you to marry me. Because I think there's a misnomer out there that guys just ain't into marriage, that we're not into locking it down, that all we want to do is just stay free so we can do our own thing. That's not the case. What the reality is, when a guy finds the good thing, okay, he's willing to forsake all, okay, to lock it seriously down. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get any amens on that. I don't know if anybody out there that's listening to the sound of my voice understands or has the experience of a guy, being balls to the wall, forgive the example, okay, and letting you know no matter what, okay, I'm not your last situation. I'm not your last dude. You don't have to respond to me and be ready to slap me in the mouth, because you think I'm going to pop off and be crazy. You know what I mean? All right. I'm not that guy. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm talking to somebody. I don't know who I'm talking to. All right. But I just want you to be encouraged this morning. Okay, it's morning somewhere. I just want you to be encouraged, all right, and know that it's out here, okay? Because I'm going to keep on saying the same thing. I waited 6.5 years, and I'm tired now. Okay, grown, but okay. I saw that, but she said she was tired. All right, I was reading some of the comments that were coming through. All right, I'm okay. You can put it out there again. Sunny Everyday 35, all right? And I know some of you are tired. Okay, I didn't see the rest of your comment, but I know some of the ladies are tired. But at the same time, some of the decisions that have been made, okay, that have been frustrated. I waited 8 years and I'm with you, hon. Okay, I don't know. I'm all over the place now trying to read these comments. If you see anything great, worth repeating, come across, Lexi, let me know. A good question.
Westbrook is having a lot of issues with his wife. He said there's a spirit of divorce in his house. His wife just goes off all the time, constantly, and even when he was listening to us on Periscope, she was just going in.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot there. I already know that. So many questions. Okay, because I guess my thing is this. My first initial question would be: did we start there? You know, was everything harmonious and everything was wonderful, and then all of a sudden we just start wilding out, nutting up, and just, you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody said counseling. Most definitely. I would ask you: have you considered counseling? Have you brought that up? Because that's definitely what you're going to need to do. You need to get some serious sense of objectivity brought into the situation. Because I would say right now, the two of you probably just aren't at a place where, for whatever reason, you are listening to each other. And I'm not pointing fingers to say whose fault it is, because I don't know that much about the situation.
Okay, we've got another young lady that says she waited 6.5 years. They're still in a relationship, but she feels like she's an option.
Yeah, I guess my first question would be, what makes you feel like you're an option? Oh, 6.5 years waiting for what? Him to propose?
They've grown, she said, but she still feels like she's an option.
6.5 years, and I'm just trying to be clear, and he hasn't proposed? Is that what it is, Lex?
We're waiting for her to answer that.
6.5. It's funny she said 0.5, but
he's a minister, love him, but yeah, he hasn't proposed yet. I would have been gone.
Hey, say it again.
He's a minister. I would have. I don't. Hold on.
Hey, you got a hold of it if I can say stop it.
I don't care if he's a bishop, a cardinal. I don't care if he's the Pope. You're the diamond. And if the nigga hasn't proposed to you in 6.5 years, this is what he gets. Sorry, I ain't sorry. Nigga, no.
Hey, how soon do they know if they want to marry you, Relax?
You're being funny.
No, I'm just saying. Just in your opinion, how soon does a guy know? I mean, his knower. I'm just saying hypothetically, how soon does a guy know he wants to marry you?
Chris is being messy. He's being messy right now. But I'm put it out there. Bottom line is, when a man knows that, when he feels, put it like this. My pastor, he said when he saw his wife, he was like, oh, that's me right there. And he chased her down, and she was with somebody else at the time. He didn't care. And he chased her down. Men know, just like they say in the world, women know what they at the club. They talk to a dude for 10 minutes. I'm being carnal right now. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I don't need everybody being in their feelings and being super saved right now. Women know in the world without God, when you at the club, when you talking to somebody, in the first 10 minutes, whether you with it or not. And that's a nice way of putting it. Hello. Hello. Hello, somebody. I'm talking to somebody. Ain't no hearts on the screen because y'all want to act deep tonight. But all of y'all ain't. Thank you. All of y'all ain't been saved your whole life. I grew up Kojic. Okay. Daddy's the pastor. Don't do it. Okay. Don't spin me round. Okay. I know how this go. So just like we know. Hello, lights. If we want to be with a dude, men know if they want to fool with you or not. It could be that week. It could be that month. They could talk to you for 3 months, 90 days. They can be like, especially if they're grown, if they're good and grown. They're going to test you on a couple things, see where you are, see where your head is. But men know it don't take nobody 6.5 years. Deuces, sir. Good night. And I mean that. Drop him. Good night. When you say he's a minister, like that gives him, like he's somebody. He's a man. He put on his pants one leg at a time, just like everybody else. Good night, sir. Because there's somebody else. There's somebody else that can get all this. Good night. I'm the prize. You're not. Good night. For real, good night. And get your life. And stop telling yourself there ain't nobody else out here. It's a lie and it's a slap in God's face. There ain't nobody else out there for you. I don't care about these ministers. It's your life.
That's such a trick of the enemy, Reverend.
It's because he's a minister that makes him special. You're special.
I try to be patient.
Oh no, we don't do patience, honey. Good night. How old are you, honey? Not getting in all your business. How old are you? How old are you? Because nobody's got time for that. 6.5 years.
I don't care how old.
37, spending the best years of your life. You've been with him since you was 31.
Waiting 6.5
Girl,
years. No,
bye.
that's too long.
Unless you're 20 and you got all that time and you still want to spend 6.5 years. If you 20, that's fine. You've gotten 6.5 years older waiting on that fool. Good night. Bid him a fond adieu. And when he calls, don't pick up. Don't get me started. 6 point.
Reverend, you already started.
Sonny, I love you. And look at your picture. Your little picture is so cute. You deserve better. As soon as you cut him loose, come on, soon as you cut him loose,
won't he do it?
You'll get your lawn mowed. You'll get groceries in your freezer. You'll get groceries in your refrigerator.
That's if we don't repeat the mistakes of the past.
If you don't repeat the mistakes of the past, you're going to get something greater. You hear me?
Thing is, why in the world did you wait Why?
Why would you wait 6.5 years of your life?
6.5.
Talking about we've grown a little bit. You even know. Yo, Shondo is telling you that that's too long. You even know that's too long. Stop repeating, babe. God done already showed you. It's a wrap.
Yes.
It's a wrap.
You find out that why, and then you know that's where the glory cloud will be. The why.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't want you to keep wasting your life. You know within yourself. The Bible declares that out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. That's one of my favorite scriptures.
She was pointing out all my flaws. See, that's what I'm saying. And that's why...
Hold on, let me turn it around.
I talked about objectivity. So much wrong with that situation. You know what I mean? That's why I said the why. Because it's not normal to just... It's hard to stay in there that long. You know, you got to go against some things that you're feeling internally. So now she's saying, and he will pick out all my flaws. So now we're seeing as the covers come off like, oh, yeah, okay, we're seeing all this under there. You know what I'm saying? You see why I'm saying, ladies, you need that sense of objectivity. You see what I'm saying? You have these blind spots, okay, because you're so emotionally invested that you think, okay, it's all good. No, it's not all good. You're wasting, to waste 6.5 years, you're not getting those back. You're not getting them back. So let's learn from it. Let's move forward and let's correct it. But here's the thing. You got to correct what you did, what caused you to waste those 6.5.
That's
because if you don't correct those, I got news for you. You're going to end up with the same type of dude. It's going to be the same type of situation. And you're going to be wondering, how did I end up here?
That's right.
Or you'll be so walled up and guarded that nobody will be able to get to you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you still won't necessarily be in a good place. You may be in a detached, protected place or guarded place, but you won't be healed. So just whatever you do, once you move out of this situation, correct that.
I agree.
Yeah, call me. We can get it together. Email me, whatever. But whatever you do, you got to correct that. And that goes for any of you that listen to me, because I know a lot of you listen and, y'all don't type, you don't, comment about your situation. You got to correct this stuff. You have to correct it, because if you don't, you're going to repeat it. See, we don't get that oftentimes. We get a lot of shouting and yelling and different things, but we don't understand how to change these things, change the behavior, and identify what's wrong. Okay? So anyway, go ahead, Lex. You can go ahead and preach. You was doing quite well. I enjoyed that.
No.
Are you done preaching?
ChristopherReid.org. Period.
Do the consultation.
Sonny, listen to me.
Listen.
Hold on. Listen to me very, very carefully. Listen to me very, very carefully. Stop. Just stop. Stop. As of today, stop. Because what it is you're afraid to start over. That's me. Who wants to start over again?
Are you a doormat, Sonny?
And that's one of the things that we deal with. I got to find out what's your favorite color. I got to find out what you like to eat. I got to find out what kind of movies you like. I don't want to go through that again. I spent 6 years with somebody else. It's the devil I know rather than the devil I don't know. It's annoying to start over. It sucks to start over again. But let me tell you the blessing in starting over. The blessing in starting over is somebody who will appreciate you. Yes, it's annoying to find out what your favorite color is, but you might discover something that you didn't have before. And I declare that you will discover something that you didn't have before.
Like you.
Yeah.
Like herself.
Yeah. You're better than that. And you'll discover that there are real men out here that actually care and know what they want. But as long as he's in position, those men are blocked. Because you don't even open yourself up. But guess who is opening himself up? Mr. 6.5. Mr. Minister 6.5. He's open.
In control. Hey, Sonny,
he's in control.
Accommodating women that I can't see the comments, so I don't know if she's saying something.
Say it again.
She wanted the accommodating women. That's what I asked. I can't see comments on my screen. My thing is tripping.
Ask her again. She put a question mark up.
I said, are you one of the accommodating type of women that I talked about earlier? You know, the doormat, you know, always there, no matter what, take one for the team, his way, you know what I'm saying? What else did I say?
She said yes, submissive. Good night.
Yes, obviously, because when you say that he's very picking out your flaws, then that means he's on the opposite end of that spectrum. See, because you guys attracted each other. Because a doormat and the accommodating woman needs somebody that is going to control or somebody is going to try to lord over her. So you guys make a perfect match. Now, it's a dysfunctional match, but it's, nevertheless, it's a match. Okay, so he wouldn't be able to do that with the hard, woman or the CEO type of woman because they're not a match. They're not even a dysfunctional match. They will butt heads.
Somebody said if he's pointing out flaws, then he's picking at her self-esteem. That's true. That's true.
Well, yeah, but here's the deal. It's deeper than that. It's control. He don't care about. He'll pick at whatever to remain in control. That's all it's about. He has to control her. He needs to control someone. She's been a willing subject for 6.5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they fit. So the moment that she decides, that's why when you made the comment, Lex, that she'll find someone or get to know somebody else, the only somebody she needs to get to know right now is herself.
Right.
Period. The real her.
Right.
So once she does that, and then she'll understand that, no, I'm not just somebody's doormat. I have ideas and I have, confidence. Nobody's going to be allowed, so there won't be a match anymore. He can't do that. Or no one like her. Like him can do that. But as long as she stays in this place, she'll attract somebody else who's like that. She'll attract another controller.
Yeah.
So she has to fix that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, somebody like her, and I'm just hope you don't mind, Sonny, with just, because I'm sure you're sweet. I'm sure you're really just the salt of the earth. But when I say like you, I'm just talking about your situation. You attract very manipulative type of people. They see you coming. He has no plans to do nothing different, period. Now, I tell you what he probably will do once you tell him that you're not selling this for this anymore. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to have a sense of urgency. You know what I mean?
Or no. He's going to have an urgency to still control her, but the nigga don't want to get married.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just said a sense of urgency. I didn't say for what. What he's going to want, he's going to want to regain control again.
Right.
So he'll say whatever he has to say, say it in the way that he has to say it. You know what I'm saying? Begging, pleading, little mind games. It's you got to figure it out. What's going to work. But she's going to have to be, Sonny. You're going to have to be very strong. You really are.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be very strong because it's that familiar spirit thing, right? So he knows how to press the buttons. Yeah. Okay. So, and at times it's part of you is really going to want to, he seems like he really means it. He seems like he's really sincere. And, you're going to be emotionally compromised. So,
how do you not attract a manipulative person?
How do you not? Well, I will say this. Let me say it this way. Manipulative people are attracted to people who are easy to manipulate.
It's like blood in the water. Sharks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have 4 sons. Y'all have me in tears. My God. I know, Reverend. Listen, we'll do it. This is what we do. I mean, this is ministry. When Lexi and I come out here, it's to help somebody. Okay. Like what I said, I know I'm talking to one person, and Lexi just went ahead and she just preached tonight, and she could have just dropped the mic after she was done. But
can I say something?
No, you can't. You said too much already.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing, Reverend. Go ahead. The oil is on you tonight.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Z and Sonny, love you guys. Let me tell y'all something. Real talk. There's this guy who likes me, right? And right or wrong, I had nothing to lose. I was in a relationship and got out of it. And so when I went out on a date, how you talk about stuff, and he asked some serious questions or whatever. And I was nice, I was sweet, I was flirtatious, but I had nothing to lose because I didn't want to make the same mistakes, but I had nothing to lose. I wanted to spend time with myself. I didn't care. So I answered everything so truthfully, butt naked, truthful. He asked you, I said, nope, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. He said, okay. I said, I'm not going to do that either. All right. And I'm not fond of that. Okay. Yeah, and another thing that I'm not going to do is so-and-so, so-and-so. He's like, okay, I don't need you to do that. I'm like, and on top of that, when you get free for real and you can be yourself and you can say whatever you want, it is so freeing because you have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. And you can be, I was cute, I was flirtatious, but I said it and I meant it and I wasn't taking it back. And guess what? He liked it. He was with it. And he said, all right. And he kept calling and he kept wanting to go out. Be yourself. Learn who you are. And you know what I learned about myself? I liked that. It's not like I never said my piece or never, but it was like, I was just free. And then I didn't have to make the same mistakes because I told him, I'm not doing this. And I'm free. Sonny, you can get free. Z, you're free. You can say what you want. And the right one will be like, okay, cool. So this is all about you. It's all about your time. It's all about doing. Y'all know that, God, that sounds so cliche and it sounds so, I am woman, hear me roar crap. And I don't want it to sound like that. I don't want it to come off like that, because I believe, now, a lot of y'all, I believe in being feminine. I believe in cooking a meal. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe in having a man's plate hot and ready. What's wrong with that? The world has tried to convince us that that's not cute. That's, girl, you got your job just like he got his job, and and bringing that masculine energy in the house. And I like my role. I like it. I want to do that. I don't want to be the head of nothing. I don't want to take out my trash. I don't want to kill the bugs. I'm just, that's me. You can do whatever you want to, but ladies, it's time to say what we mean what we say, be feminine, and I'm telling you, the roles work. Let a man be a man, and you just be sexy, and you be feminine, you twirl your hair, and let him do that. Let him do what he do. Let him take the trash out. Let him take you out to dinner. Let him pay for something. Let him mow your lawn. I'm just saying. It's just good. You like being feminine and you're a police sergeant. That's what I'm talking about. Do your job and then come home and cook a meal or something. Listen, if something goes wrong in the house, the Lord is going to look at the man and say what happened. Now he ain't going to look at you. I don't want that role. I don't want that on my back. What happened to the house? He going to talk to the man. I don't want that role. So let me play my role. Y'all better get back in that book and act like you know how to act. 6.5 years is not, baby, if he ain't found, it said he who findeth a wife, not he who finds a perpetual forever girlfriend. Look at the book. What does the book say? He who findeth a what? An eternal girlfriend? Good night. Nigga, kick rocks. I can't. And you think that he ain't stepping to somebody else in 6.5 years? He ain't stepped, minister, he ain't stepped. I wish you'd give me his number. He ain't stepped to somebody else? He ain't stepped? He ain't looking? Good night. I can't. Because let me tell you something. Real men don't want to be alone. Yeah. Real men don't want to be alone because it's lonely and it's whack. I know a lot of dudes out there, they are looking for women. My cousins are looking for a wife. They don't want to be by themselves. So a nigga that's keeping you waiting for 6.5 years is not a real man, or he cheating. Boom. Yep, I said it. Tell him I said it. Tell him Lexi said.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And don't be afraid if you got 4 kids and you're not married and they're not by him. Not trying to get all up in your business, but don't think that another man won't be a father to those 4 kids. The devil is a liar. And he's trying to make you believe that nobody will marry you because of your children. And the devil's a liar.
Yep, that's why he talk to you like you crazy.
Yeah. That's what that nigga's doing. He thinks because you got 4 kids, ain't nobody gonna talk to you. So I can point out all your flaws and talk to you any old kind of way. There are men out here that...
And he's a minister? Like,
please.
Seriously?
Girl, bye.
He's a minister, point out all your flaws. Okay.
18, 13, 12, and 10. 18, 13, 12, and 10. Is that right? Yeah. Tell him to kick rocks. There's another man who will. Okay, just fade to black. Fade to black. Block him from everything. Just fade.
Yeah, fade to black.
Just fade. You don't have to give a big speech.
Please don't.
And you know what? And because, and God told me that all I have to do is drop you. No.
Just go night-night.
My mother told me that silence is golden.
Just go night-night.
Night-night. Night-night. Just put some NyQuil in the relationship. We're done. Fade to black. All right. Listen, what you need to do is you need to talk to Chris. You need to go to ChristopherReid.org. That's what you need to do. And tell that nigga night-night. Fade to black. All the Z's. That's right, McCormick. All the Z's. Night-night. It's a good word. We love you, Sonny. Everybody give Sonny some love.
Oh, yeah. They've been giving him mad love out here.
Sonny, we love you. But we don't want to waste any more of your precious time. We don't want to waste your boys' time. Your boys are confused. What kind of example is that to your boys?
An awful one.
An awful one. That a man can date you, date their mama, their beautiful mama, and not commit.
To him or to them or you.
I'll flick my hair on him. Oh, flick my hair on you, sir. Good night. Good night. Team Sunny. Hashtag Team Sunny. Not stand for this. Good night. All right. Okay.
Now, Sonny, when we check back in on you though, because I know how that crack can do you.
What is it?
I know how that crack can do you. You be like, oh yes, I thank y'all, and then we check back in a week later, like see what happened was, because that's what I'm saying. I'm preparing you for that. Like James Cleveland said, nobody told me.
Yes.
That the road would be easy. Okay, but I don't believe. Oh, come on, somebody.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Because
so
that
just
loneliness, that loneliness
have some people around you that's gonna support you. Support your decision and hold you accountable.
Yeah. Oh, it's
don't let you go back.
Okay, put up your thing. Contact him, Sonny.
Christopher Reid. Okay, where we at? Which camera?
You got it.
Number 2. Can you see it? Hey, have you got this, Sonny? This is free. Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box. Go to my website and get it. That's definitely going to give you information about how a woman should expect a man to treat her as the diamond. Are you familiar with that? That you are the diamond? You're the priority. You're the prize. Okay? He needs to be winning your heart over. Not telling you that, you're this and you're that and how you don't, measure up. No, that's not how you treat a diamond. No. Sonny, this is you. This is you, baby girl. Yeah. This is you.
With 4
Now,
kids.
you might not fully understand that at this point with, all that entails, but I'm just challenging you, you know what I'm saying, to elevate your game a little bit. That's you right there. Okay. Yeah, you just got to fade the black. Okay, he's already proven to you he ain't going to do nothing. So, night. You had your time. You had your chance. And,
you blew
and
it.
but you probably will have to block because he'll come bombarding you trying to, get back in good with you, calling you and all that. And, guys will cry, okay, why are you doing this? Now he's the victim. You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing this to me? Why yeah.
It's all
He'll
games.
probably go through all kind of, exorcisms and, yeah. So
It's all
just
games.
block it.
Yep.
Yeah. But we're good. Yeah. So that was a good one.
Yep.
Let's go prepare to watch Bobby Brown tonight, see what he has to say.
They said next time will you talk about when you do what you said, when you're not accountable and you go back? What that does?
Ooh, that's a good one. When you go back, I call that the crackhead phase.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're in straight crackhead phase.
Oh, I've done it.
I've
done it.
You right here with it. You try. Lord Jesus, you try, but it just be calling me, man. It be calling. And you don't have no answer for the call. You just be like. You ever see somebody, one of your cousins, just be like, well, Reverend, why are you fidgeting all the time? You know what I'm saying? Because they jonesing,
Sir.
And there's a version of that for relationships.
Yes, sir.
Because emotionally you're attached. You have an addiction. Emotionally, you have this situation that you're used to being in.
Talk, sir.
Okay. We'll save that to next week. I can talk about that. Yeah, like somebody said they wanted to talk about this week. Yeah, I'll talk about that and how to deal with that because that's when the rubber meets the road.
I've done it.
And Lexi has benefited from having wonderful counsel in her crackhead moments.
Yes, God.
She's had yours truly. And we've done our tours of duty.
Yes, sir.
And, sometimes you got to put the crackhead in the straitjacket and just, But, we do that. We just all night, we just cold sweat it out, Oh, but somebody say in the morning. Yeah.
Have I ever called you crying?
Have you ever? Yeah.
Have I ever had to pull my car over because I was crying so hard?
Yes, you have.
Talk about it, Bishop.
Yes. Well, how about we save that for next week?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll save all of that for next week as we talk about the crackhead phase, or I don't know what else to call it. What do they say? Not pulling out when you should.
Yes,
that
sir.
doesn't sound right either.
That didn't sound right.
Yeah, that didn't sound good. That didn't sound saved. But I know everybody else out here, they don't, so they probably didn't.
They didn't catch that.
Okay.
All
so
right.
if y'all are cool with talking about that next week, how to handle that, how to prepare for that, the Jones moment, then we can do that. We can do that.
Yes,
and then we can share some of our personal behind-the-scene moments with Doc Reid and Lexi.
Oh, God.
So
I'm so glad there wasn't any footage.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I might have recorded it. Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
So, okay. Listen, so hopefully, listen, everyone, we know that Sunny got some help. We know that she got what she needed to hear. So, hey, the Holy Spirit knew that she needed to be out here, needed to hear this, needed to have the support. And I know Sunny wasn't the only one. Somebody else, you got what you needed to. Not everybody is so vocal and typing, you just sit back in the cut and you just take it all in. Think about it. Crackheads lose teeth if they keep using. Yeah. And trust this. Trust, ladies, men, we go through the crackhead phase. Trust and believe. Oh my God. Yes. Nobody is exempt from the crackhead phase. Now, guys may not find themselves there as often and as quickly as women. Bobby comes on, I think at 10 o'clock is the interview. I hope it ain't 9 because I'm going to be sick. Because I was all things New Edition growing up. I'm sorry. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But anyway, I knew steps and everything. Doc Reid was like, yeah, I was in it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's way too much information. So, all right, Lex, you want to do benediction?
All right. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
All right.
Peace.
Night.